Street Fighter 2 V. Gonna burn some muscle.
Burn it at both ends. I like the fire causing mayhem. I'm not tired, I've been waiting. I'm not forsaken, I'm my own and I'm jaded. Energy comes from my hatred. Call me the villain, cause I be killing. I got no feeling, I've been dealing with all my demons. I like to feed them, they be chilling, yet they be screaming. I can hear them in my mind, they just wanna find any fight, any reason.
Dark side, there ain't no place to hide. All your fears are electrified. Welcome to the hard side, where it's all do or die. We're the shadow to the light. I can feel it in my bones. I'm addicted to the thirst. I ain't never letting go, even when it hurts. This is my curse.
Adrenaline is surging, ain't no serving. I'm the king, bring me everything that I've ever wanted, that I need. I believe I could be anything, watch me. Give me a second to blow, give me a second to grow. Be at the top of the show, be at the top like a pro. I flip the switch, different mode, no they ain't laughing, no joke. Cause I attack when they won't.
Welcome to the dark side, there ain't no place to hide. All your fears are electrified. Welcome to the hard side, where it's all do or die. We're the shadow to the light. I can feel it in my bones. I'm addicted to the thirst. I ain't never letting go, even when it hurts. This is my curse.
That's what your contracts are. I mean, if you own a bar, then um, you probably could if you're going to book fights and stuff like that on the down low.
Uh-oh. Talking about owning bars.
Whoops. We're talking about backgrounds for him, possibly.
Yeah.
All right. So we are live finally with, actually, I'm coming in a little hot here. Hold on a second.
Whoa.
Turn my
so
volume
hot.
down a little bit. I know, yeah. That Street Fighter's so hot right now.
So hot right now.
Yeah, he's spitting yoga flame.
That is a thing. That is indeed a thing. So we are live with Street Fighter. It's been a while. It's been a hot minute, as they would like to say, from playing this game. I actually haven't run this since 2018, I think, is when I stopped.
At least.
Something like that. So it's
Oh my.
it's been a while. But as I was mentioning in the chat to some of our viewers, one of the cool things about this game is it's kind of multi-generational. Not only obviously do I have my son who's brand new to Street Fighter, but Rachel first started playing in my games when I moved out here to Phoenix, Arizona. So that was 2001 on up. When we met you through LARPs, and then Mike when he'll be here, as well as Derek, both came from two separate groups that I ran Street Fighter for when I was a youngin' back out in California. So that was ages, geez, I don't know.
95, 96.
Yeah. So I wasn't more than 19, 20, 21-ish, that range up in there. So good times.
Sounds like 11.
Oh, so Mike will be here in a couple minutes, it looks like. Cool. All right, awesome.
Yay.
So as far as the background of the game is concerned, so the era right now is the modern time frame, so it's 2023. As I am normally, or I should say, as I normally do, all of my games, especially if they are a part of the same game system, are usually interlinked in some way. So this is a continuation of many years of gaming, off and on in the Street Fighter universe. The character, obviously some characters related to other characters of the past. So I don't expect everybody to get the in-jokes. It's fine. That's not what it's here for. But also to reiterate, the setting right now is taking place, the main city is Sydney, Australia. So
under.
yes, down under. Danger.
Apologize in advance for any butchered accents.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not even worried about anybody doing an
More
accent.
from me.
Yeah, just play your character. I'm not worried about that. But one of the reasons why Australia was kind of important, at least in the games that I ran previously, is one of the very first characters that I ever story told for was a character by the name of Wallaby Jones. And Wallaby Jones has kind of gone on to live in infamy in our games. He was played by a good friend of mine that I've known many years. And this is a continuation of that. Actually, the opening scene that we're at is actually at Wallaby Jones's training camp, which is it's not Outback Fighting School. What did we end up calling it? Hey, Joe, what's going on, man? Boy, we got several people in here now.
I forgot what it's called.
It's Outback something or other. I'm not terribly concerned about the name right now, but basically, it is. Oh, I know where I can find that. I sent you that info, and it should only be a couple messages away.
Oh, is it in my background info?
Well, no, I think I
I think you sent it in the chat.
Oh, let me look.
was it the Street Fighter chat? Yeah, probably was. It was in one of those two. Here we go. Outback. It's the Outback Training Grounds. So this is actually located in Megalong Valley, which is, depending on where you're trying to go in Sydney, Australia, located about an hour and a half up to 2 hours outside of Sydney proper, and of course, depending on traffic. The grounds itself became famous because of Wallaby Jones. He was kind of their local Street Fighter hero, met with some fame worldwide, and eventually brought it back home, opening up his own. He ended up saving this ground that had been deemed sacred by some of the people closest to him. So he was able to save that that property from being developed. It has since lived on in a kind of campground sense, but it is also eventually morphed into a school where people can also be trained and hopefully get connected into the pro street fighting circuit. Now, where this differs some with because the genre of the quote unquote video game is all over the place. They're not big upon making a main story for Street Fighter, especially when this game came out. So the story tends to mostly revolve around the characters themselves, rather than, big world events or whatever have you. But here, however, people who are local to Australia tend to find their way to this training camp. There are a few others, but this is one of them that happened to try to get interlinked with managers or agents or other fighting schools to boost up their reputation, start trying to get pro fights, and make it into the world circuit. The fighters that you are aware of from the video games themselves, they are what are called world warriors. They are the upper echelon of the fighting stock, I guess you could call it. The ones that you might know from the video games, especially from the original Street Fighter up to Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Obviously, I will try to integrate some of the other newer characters and whatnot, and there will be some others integrated as well. But Street Fighter has kind of become very vast as far as fighting characters are concerned ever since the video games came out. So I am not going to make any effort to try and include them all. That is just way too much. At least for poor little me. And if you'll give me just 1 second, I have got to add Mike. Yes, actually, funny you should bring that up, Davey, since we'll talk some OOC here real quick while I am working on adding somebody. Originally, and this is actual bone of contention me because I hate that word. Originally, if you look on the cabinets for the Street Fighter 2 video game, it was called Shadow Law. And they even said Shadow Law in the anime that they released, the Street Fighter 2 anime, which is really cool, got released by Renegade Video. And the voice actors, everything said Shadow Law. You even see it written, back when they hand animated everything, Shadow Law. Somewhere along the way, Capcom decided that a shadowy toilet was the best option for calling their villain group. Shadow Lou. So it's been a big bone of contention.
Somebody was like, "Oi, I like to poo in the dark."
Yeah, go fig. So it kind of is what it is. Hold on a second. Still trying to get Mike added here. 1 second. That is not what I was looking for.
But I still
There we
haven't
go.
found what I'm looking for.
Okay, and pull that in. Almost got it. All right, I think that ought to do. Close, pull over. Okay, and let me just check one thing. Okay, and then check Mike. Here we go. All right. And Mike, can I get you to talk real quick? Make sure we got your audio okay?
Absolutely not.
Okay, that'll work. Okay, so So everybody at this point, we've kind of talked about this originally behind the scenes. They've got their characters. Everybody is at the school. The school itself, it does resemble campgrounds of sorts. So the lodging isn't exactly the best, but it's cheap, as in almost free. The
Builds
ground,
character.
yes. The grounds themselves are they tend to stay fairly well kept, but it is Australia, so it's going to be rugged, countryside. If you go and look at Megalong Valley on a map in Australia, you'll notice that a lot of it is farmland, or kind of open terrain like you might find in the Midwest of America. So if you need a visual, that's what you can kind of think of for the time being. So we will go ahead and open up with you, Rachel.
Okay.
So as I've kind of explained to you, your father has actually been missing for like
A couple of years, you
yeah,
said?
at least 2 years now. The working rumor that gets floated around is, he just went on walkabout. He's just going to go do wallaby things, as he's known to do every so often. And he just hasn't been back. That otherwise, because your father wouldn't just up and leave the family, kind of high and dry. So it's
Right.
been up to your mother and the groundskeeper, who goes by the nickname Digger.
Digger. I was actually going to ask about Digger if
Yep.
if he was still around. Okay.
Yes. So, and it's not that the grounds are hurting for money. It's just not the best right now because, oops, let me close this window down here real quick. There we go. Because Wallaby was the big draw, obviously. Even if he wasn't directly teaching anybody, outback wrestling or wrestling in general, or just coaching them, he was still a local popular figure, did, community work. People knew him. So he was still kind of a draw. As of late, not so much. Of course, street fighting is still a thing, and it's getting even more popular now that MMA has taken off. In the past 10 years, because mixed martial arts have really become a thing, there has been a lot of unification for like rule sets and whatnot. It's gone away from the wandering vagabond going from city to city trying to find the best that there is, sort of thing. It's much easier to find those individuals now in a network. Whole fighting organizations have sprung up around that, the whole street fighting sort of thing. It still is not uncommon for people to just clash and eventually phone it in. There is it's called World Fighting Circuit, I think it's what it's called. I have to look it up. It's actually in the book, but it's basically the loosest form of street fighting. It's, you find that person in whatever town, wherever it is, you phone it in that you guys fought, and hopefully there's people to corroborate the scene. Not quite so hard anymore because people have cell phones with video cameras, but is what it is. So, but starting off with you, there are obviously the player characters here at the camp. There isn't anybody else, so it's just the four of you. And one of the problems obviously facing the camp is a lack of returns, a lack of money coming in. And you, even though you've had some experience in this and training and fighting, you haven't had much in the way of actual professional fights. So you're kind of known locally, but nowhere near to the degree that your father was.
Right. Okay. Digger. Okay. Cool. Should I just describe my character then? Because I don't think.
Sure,
people
go ahead.
know.
Yeah.
So my character's name is Evie Jones. She is Wallaby Jones's daughter. She has weirdly she's got red hair like mine, short and a bit spiky and stuff. Very obviously physically fit. Her fighting, well, actually, I'll save the fighting style. You guys can figure that out if you guys do style lore. um, and she's a little rebellious. She has kind of not resented, but doesn't like to rely on the fact that her father is very popular and famous. She kind of wants to make her own name, but unfortunately has to rely a little bit on her father's name in that regard. So, it's a balance.
Mhm.
And yeah, so that's where she's at.
Okay. And so, Derek, why don't you describe your character real quick? Kind of what he looks like, what he's about, anything you want to reveal.
All right. My name is Waru. I'm a Aborigine from the Outback. Kind of a survivalist. Very tribal in nature. A bit intimidating to look at, or rather cut up because of slim living and whatnot. But probably walks around with a pair of cut off jeans and maybe a flannel vest or something along those lines. Something
Okay.
To that point, probably about shoulder length hair. Beat up pair of sneakers, and yeah, somebody who obviously can hold his own in the Outback.
Okay.
Mike,
why don't you go ahead?
Was a fan of Wallaby and just wanted to come in to see. He picked up a few things along the way. He's a practicer of corrida, which is a native Australian martial art, which is similar in form to capoeira and Native American wrestling. So, yeah. Now I'm done.
Okay. Mike, why don't you go ahead and explainify your character?
Okay, can you see me? Because I can't see myself.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Cool.
Yeah, sorry. I have disabled that to help with bandwidth issues. We've had some issues with Video Ninja before where occasionally people will drop off. Like, I can still see them. Everybody else can still see them, but like maybe you stop seeing Derek or something. And so this is to kind of help with that.
Okay.
But yeah, we can see you.
Okay, so the character's name is John. His fighting moniker is the Huntsman, after the very large Australian spider. He's kind of a street rat. I mean, he's not homeless or anything, but he's not exactly well-to-do either. His clothes are a little ripped. He'll often wear a hoodie. He's kind of charismatic, usually trying to make a deal, offering bets all the time on things. And he is a grappler.
Okay. All right, awesome. And Colin, why don't you describe anything you would like to describe about your character?
My guy's name is Yosef. He came all the way up from the city of Townsville. He is typically seen wearing a special tailored suit with fingerless gloves, and if not always, having a hip flask on him.
Okay.
As for fighting style, y'all can probably figure that out.
That's fine. It's only what you want to reveal, so no worries there. Okay, so Rachel, I mean, at this point, we'll start off with you then. You don't live in the on the grounds with everybody else. You actually live in the house. It's a lot like you would imagine someplace that was a summer or winter camp. So there are cabins essentially where
Okay.
other folks can stay. There are a total of 4 cabins here that would house, half a dozen people,
Okay.
respectively. So right now, there's obviously only the 4, so they've got or 3, I should say. So they've got the run of, the room that's in there since they're the only ones that are there. You're actually in the house that's on the property that sits connected to what is kind of like the main hall where you could go indoors to train if you so desire, but it also has those picnic tables like set up on the inside for just eating purposes. If anybody
Gotcha.
if anybody wants to, like I said, kind of like a campground. So it's like if a bunch of people need to eat, there's
like a main hall.
there's a quick and easy way to feed everybody, that sort of thing.
Cool.
But Digger eventually comes to you, with concerns, and you were kind of expecting it at this point. He's bringing you paperwork, letting you know like where the camp is at this point.
So it feels like I have a sense of responsibility to try and keep the camp alive while her dad's gone. So she's not that great with numbers, but she does her best and definitely doesn't want it shut down. So the numbers that he's presenting to her definitely scare her a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, he says, we have the other 3 that are here. So obviously that's, they've paid to be here at this point, but I'm kind of at a loss short of, more money and, something happening, because we're at a point now that we don't really have any additional staff for the grounds. It's just me kind of taking care of things. And I mean, the taxes are paid, but it was pretty slim last year. If things continue to go like this into the next year, we might have to think about selling off part of the property.
Oh no, Dad would not be happy with that. This place has been around for too long to let that happen. Okay. Well, Dad's clearly very popular in this circuit. So what if we finally develop maybe a team to actually represent the Wallaby Ranch or the Wallaby training grounds, training grounds, that could bring publicity to not only the grounds, but it would also help generate income potentially, because maybe a portion of those winnings could go to the ranch to support it.
We could definitely do that.
We haven't done that, in a really long time.
No, it hasn't. And it's funny you should mention that the Firelight tournament that it takes place in Sydney every year is going to be coming up in about 2 months. Your father actually won that. Oh, we lost her. There we go.
Oh, okay. That wasn't just me, right? Like something happened there.
No.
Okay. So you said the Firelight tournament is
Yeah.
in a couple months?
Firelight tournament is in 2 months, and your father actually won that back when he, in his rookie year.
Oh, so it sounds like this could be a really good opportunity, not only to represent, this, but also to defend possibly the title. I think actually that's quite appropriate. So now we just got to get, why not people who are training here? Maybe they'd be interested.
Okay. I'm not a manager. You're gonna want to find somebody for that. And you're also
I don't know
probably
all Dad's contacts. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't either. And you're also probably going to want to bring somebody in to help train you, to get you ready, for fighting shape to, for the Firelight tournament.
Do Do you know anybody? I mean, does mom know anybody? I mean, I haven't like I've been fighting, but just more locally, and individually for the most part. I haven't been around in that market for a bit to know who's a bookie or a manager right now.
No, but I would imagine you could probably put some feelers out online or something. Maybe, maybe see if there's a network or something you can get connected to.
Well, that's true. God, I spend so much time more outdoors and I forget to go online half the time. Okay, yeah, so maybe I'll do that. I think I know a couple of sites. And also maybe I'll even post it on the Wallaby, sorry, the training ground. I'm assuming we have a website, right? Out of character.
Yeah. Mhm.
For like, because we're modern, we're
Yeah.
up to date.
Yeah. It's a very basic site because it's not like computers was his thing. And it wasn't really your mom's thing either, but it was simple enough that they could, keep it maintained without much of a hassle.
Cool. So we can post on there too, that we'll be there. I mean, yeah, I've got a lot of ideas, I think. Yeah, so let me put some feelers out, and I'll maybe talk to a few of the fighters here too and see if they might be interested in doing that. Maybe show some pride in where they train. Do I know who's all here right now? As far as training, I would expect so since I
Mhm.
have to keep track of the
That is correct.
finances.
Yep.
So
Plus, they're the only unfamiliar faces that you would ever see around the
Yeah.
ground, so you would absolutely know who they are. Who they are.
Cool. All right. What time of day is it right now? Is it morning?
We'll say right
mid-morning?
now it's like 11 in the afternoon.
Okay. Okay. So I would say then, maybe as part of her routine, she does sort of a midday train around this time. So she'll go and go get ready and change and make her way to one of the training areas.
Okay. So if you're doing it outside, most of them are like there's some free weights that are available near the hall. There's a track that you can run, just take general laps on. The quote unquote endurance course is really just kind of running cross country up and down
Right.
some hills and whatnot, just to make it a little bit more difficult.
Okay.
And then in the middle of the just circular track that's there is an actual like fighting ring, but it's not the modern kind like the cage that you would associate with like the UFC and Bellator and whatnot. It is more of the classic boxing ring with the ropes
Okay.
and ring posts.
Okay. So I think what she'll do is she'll kind of hover around probably the track a little bit, and then make her way towards the middle if there's like any sort of punching material or things like that.
Sure. Okay. So Derek, coming up on the afternoon at this point,
Meditating.
midday, you found a spot to meditate.
Mhm.
Okay. So you've been meditating most of this time. It is coming up to the summer months at this point in this area, so it's hot with an AWT. The grounds have actually been relatively quiet, which you didn't expect when you came here, given the Wallaby's level of fame. So when you got here, at one sense, it was kind of nice. I mean, you didn't have to share the cabin really with anybody. On the other hand, the cabin itself fits 5 comfortably. And with you being the only one there and there are 4 other cabins, it does paint kind of a bleak picture as well at times.
Not really used to staying in such grand housing either.
Oh, do you have like no resources?
Where is resources?
It would be a background.
Yeah, no resources.
Okay.
None. Zero. Zilch.
Wow. Okay, so that means you have like $50 to your name.
I'm Aborigine. I'm
Yeah.
like straight out the bush.
Yeah. So I mean, if that's the case, then
Yeah.
you're effectively on welfare, and your welfare check is going to pay you being here.
I'd probably ask and see if there was other groundskeeping that I could do, just to help
Sure.
support too.
I mean, if
So,
that's the case, you're gonna have to break from your you'll want to break from your meditation then to
Mhm.
find out a better way to keep yourself paid and fed.
okay.
So coming down off of one of the hills that it's not a large hill, but a hill that kind of overlooks the track and the ring that's in the middle of that track. You can see Wallaby. You can see Wallaby's daughter poking around, and tagging a punching bag and occasionally just looking at the ring, making sure everything looks, like it's not worn out or whatnot. Kind of half training, half examining.
All right. Then kind of head down that way. Do I know her name?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
What is your first name?
Evie.
Evie. Okay. Oi, Evie.
She'll sort of do a spinning kick or something and land to point whatever direction she heard her name at.
No.
She's like,
I'm sorry, your character's name again?
Waru.
Waru?
Yeah, Waru. Waru.
Waru. Okay.
Waru. Yeah.
Booyah!
Oh, hey, Waru, what's up?
So coming from the outback, I don't have much means to provide for myself. I mean, I'm more than happy to go walk about when I need to collect food and whatnot. But as far as the housing, which is grand in comparison to what I'm used to, would you be willing to work out anything in trade? I mean, doing maybe some grounds upkeep, helping digger or something like that, to help
Well,
supplement my my training fees.
well, I'm sure there's something we can work out. To be honest, it's been a bit slow around here. She kind of just looks around.
Yeah, I mean,
Clearly, we
anything you
need
want.
I don't think Digger needs any help with keeping the grounds up at this point because it's just us. But funny you should ask. I've been throwing around the idea of making a team.
Like
That
rugby or
could no, I mean a team
fighting?
to actually fight. Yeah, like an actual circuit team. The prize money is pretty good. Um, and truthfully, it can bring in some money for the ranch and get your name out there, get, the training grounds name out there. I mean, I'm just saying that's just one way, but doesn't pay immediately, but it's something you kind of work towards.
Yeah, I'd be willing. It's kind of what I came into town for.
Okay.
Try my hand at doing a little something other than fighting kangaroos.
They hit hard. Let me tell you. They hit hard.
Oh, yeah, and they kick even harder.
Yeah, I know. Those tails, my God.
Oh, yeah,
Anyway,
I'm quite familiar.
yeah. You know what? Let me see what's what. Right now, don't worry about it. If you're willing to maybe help work through maybe trying to get this team off the ground, that could be a great way to help. And don't worry about food, man. Like, I mean, if you know how to cook, I mean, I'm sure we can have you work at, rustle up some nice rustic meals or something if you want.
Oh
Whatever.
yeah, I could do that. Easy enough.
Yeah.
mean,
So
I can go
um
out on a after a weekend or something and go out for a day or two, come back and have a feast.
that would be fun. Yeah, I might join you on that. It's been a while since I've been on my own little walkabout. My dad used to go all the time, and well, he's out right now still, but yeah, that brings back some memories. Um, so yeah, are you like, not to be indelicate, are you hungry now? Like, are you needing food now?
Oh no, I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, cool. Well, the main hall
No,
was, has a
I don't take a lot. I don't take a lot. I'm
yeah.
fairly wiry.
If it works, it works. But yeah, feel free to just train out here and whatever. If you know anybody else, I mean, I don't know how long you've been in. Well, I know how long you've been here, but I don't know how long you've been back in generally from the Outback. But if you know anybody that would be interested potentially to make some money, represent a good training facility, defend a good name.
Yeah, I mean, I'll keep my ears and eyes open, but uh, wasn't there another couple people hanging around here? I thought I saw a couple guys that was quite possibly, of the fighter stature.
There are a couple more here. I'm not sure where they're at now. I mean, I don't know their routines or whatever, but um I'm probably going to end up asking them too, since frankly, you guys are all at tier.
Yeah, if I bump into them first, I'll definitely
Yeah, send them my way.
Send them your way and give them a little bit of a heads up and see what we got going on.
Yeah, honestly, I've been really wanting to get my name out there anyway. I mean, obviously, my dad is like always going to have some sort of precursor to me, but I'm hoping to change that. And I figure while he's on his walkabout, that maybe it's time to make a change.
Yeah, and I'm more than willing to help you. I mean, I'd love to. I mean, I'm honored to fall in his shadow. I mean,
Oh, I mean,
he's somebody that that I've looked up to as far as following in his footsteps. That's
well,
kind of why I got into
just
doing
just
a little
step
bit
in
of
front
this.
of him, and you won't be in his shadow anymore. And you'll
Yeah,
be
well,
good.
as hot as it is out here, it wouldn't be too bad to be in someone's shadow.
Well, then, yeah, that's true.
I'm not looking for. I'm not necessarily looking for fame. I just, like to try my hand at it. I mean, if something
Well,
does happen, I'm not gonna.
this is as good as any place to start. I
Yeah,
mean, all right,
it's the
cool.
only place I know.
Well, that's the way it should be then.
Right.
All right. Well, and then I'm gonna get back to training a little bit. But if you see the others, yeah, just send them my way, and you're welcome to train with me. There's plenty of room.
Absolutely. I'll see what I can do.
Okay, and so Mike, at this point, you were probably pacing around doing your bookie things occasionally.
With who?
Well, play. You could still. I mean, you're still placing small bets, and
Yeah.
whatnot, like sports betting and whatnot. Checking your phone,
Right back.
trying to make some quick coin. Doing that sort of thing. It's like, oh yeah, these guys. This is going to be good for footy. I'll put it down for 50 or whatever. Nothing big. Just you're playing the action to keep your mind mentally adept, and as you're walking around kind of doing that, you kind of walk past one of the sheds, and it's a burn day, so like just as you walk up there, it lights up. So it's like
What the hell? Is there someone out there?
yeah, and you end up seeing Digger, the grounds guy. He's gotten a lot of the scrap that needed to be taken care of, and he's thrown it in a bin and lighting it up and getting it taken care of.
Hey, a little warning.
And he's like, he looks around like the other side of the fire, and he's like, "Oh, sorry, man, I didn't notice you were here. I'm getting kind of used to nobody being around. Sorry, man."
It's all good, mate.
Hey, I don't know if you're interested, but I think Evie is looking to put together a team. You might want to track her down
Right on.
if you're, so inclined. At least last I checked, you were here to train.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, and just to let you know, Digger, of course, he's the designated groundskeeper. Like he tends to.
Yeah, I got that.
Yeah, he's kind of like does that and some managerial stuff, but for the property, not like for, finding tournaments or fighters or anything of that nature. So.
All right. Well, I'll wander to the ring, I guess.
Okay. You probably picked up on some voices, chattering, since it's kind of quiet here. And so aside from the epic flame that was lit in front of you, you can see them kind of you can see two people poking around and talking a bit out on the training grounds proper, on the inside of the track.
It's also fairly likely he'd have music in his ears, but
Oh, okay. Sure.
all right. But yeah, I'll
Earbuds. Okay. Rachel isn't currently here at this point. She stepped away, but Derek, at this point, you see one of the other guys walking up.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Hey, my name's John.
John, nice to meet you. My name's Waru.
Hello, Waru. What's this about a team I hear?
Well, Evie's trying to get a little bit going to promote the grounds and the training facility here, and she says there's some attorney coming into town here in the next little bit that could bring some funds to us individually, depending on how we do, and quite possibly some funds to the facility.
I tell you, like I run numbers, and let me tell you, was it 3 of us with what I'm paying to be here? Yeah, this place ain't gonna run on that.
Oh no! Hey, well,
I will eat my investment here.
okay. Well,
I mean, literally.
and to
Just
be
in food.
just well, and I'm doing what I can to supplement, helping out myself. I mean, I'm not the wealthiest of people.
Well, me either, but you gotta have an engine running to return some money. We need to get
Oh
the
yeah.
action out here.
But yeah, well, now she's unfrozen now, and she can start talking.
Sorry, guys.
It's
It's like that TV show Upload.
she's like,
Oh yeah.
Love that show.
Yeah, it's a good show.
well, as soon as she like unfreezes herself, this is John.
Evie.
Oh, sorry, I missed. I was AFK. Sorry, I missed. So you arrived?
Yeah, I just walked up to the ring where you guys were.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So
What is your
listen.
character's name again?
John.
John. Hey, John. What's up?
I hear you're looking to start some action around here.
Wow, word travels fast. I look at water. I'm like, I literally just. That was quick.
There's like 5 of us on the premises.
I mean, that means word should travel slower, but anyway. Yeah, actually, I've been thinking about starting up a team to go into the circuits. I really want to represent this, the legacy that was my dad. I want to represent this whole place, and you guys are here, so I kind of figured, if you were interested in making some money and helping keep this place going, might not be a bad thing.
Well, I mean,
I
I'm
know
always
I've been.
interested in money, but yeah, getting my name out there is. I can help us get us all of our names out there.
Well, I mean, let's do it under. I mean, I'm interested in doing it under sort of in a more official capacity at this point.
Yeah, no, I got you.
So, I mean, there is actually a tournament coming up, and in fact, it's kind of It's kind of cool because it's actually the Firelight tournament.
Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Way back when my dad first came out in the circuit, he
That's the one he won first place in, isn't
he
it?
did, yeah. In his rookie fight, he won that tournament. So
Yeah.
it would be great to bring it back and bring it back home in a sense and represent.
Well, we're going to need funding first off.
That's true. To to be fair though, we're gonna need a manager. If you guys are interested, and just gonna be put up front. Like if we're gonna represent, if this team is here to represent, the Wallaby, name, I'd want a portion of those, a portion of our winnings, mine included, to go back into the ranch to support it. To keep it going, so that others can come here and learn and maybe even join at some point too.
Hey, out of character, with a background in manager,
Mhm.
is that my skills?
Yes.
Or I have
No, actually, a background in manager means you have one. Background,
Okay.
background is a little bit
Right.
more amorphous,
Right.
and it's something like you have. If you have the skill manager, it means you're skilled at doing those things.
doing management. So
Yeah.
I do have a 1 in manager, and I don't know how that would come into play with this, because if that's the case, and I mean, I wouldn't want to overstep and say, oh, I've got a manager, especially considering who my character is. But if I know somebody or something like that, and they said, yeah, we'll help you out or something like that, then that would be somebody I'd be like, oh, I could hook us up with this friend of mine.
That's a
kind of thing or something.
possibility, but manager is also a background that can combine. So
Right, I was going to say, like, if it's as part of this game, we go
Mhm.
find a manager, we can combine our manager points.
Yep.
Because I have one too.
Yep.
Okay.
Into our campground manager.
Yeah,
Same thing
and
with
basically the
okay.
more points that go to the manager, it's kind of a standard White Wolf thing. Like White Wolf has some other games that have, like Totem, in the werewolf game, does that, that will feed into one another. So the more points you have your manager, obviously the better the manager is going to be overall.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So we could pool. We basically, it's a collective pool.
It can be, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Think of it also like Karma from the Marvel Superheroes game. You can either have individuals or you can Karma pool.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So, Evie, I know some people in town in the circuit. Maybe I could help us find some people.
Yeah, actually, I mean, if you've got some good connections, I mean, I know that we need funding, and to be honest, I can tell you that the ranch doesn't have, it has funding, of course, because you guys are here. However, to fund a team, it might be a little tight for us. But everyone's got to start somewhere. So we don't necessarily have to have uniforms, but there should be some cohesiveness as far as being a team.
Let's not have uniforms. I vote no on uniforms.
Well, maybe more of attire, but I don't like uniforms either. Like it's a bit stuffy, but we still need to figure out a way to represent, the Wallaby
Sure.
Ranch.
I'll tell you what, I
Um,
can get us to people to talk to. I mean,
Hey,
nobody
maybe
owes me
we
that
could
kind
just
of
get a
favor,
couple
but I can
t-shirts
get
or
us to
something.
open some doors.
Okay. So, do you know anybody that could, I don't know, potentially help us book maybe a fight for us to maybe start
And
I'll tell you
hold,
what,
putting out feelers?
let me start
and
working on that.
hold that thought real quick. So Colin, as you have gotten up and kind of meandered about, probably training some as well throughout the day, maybe some of the free weights that were outside, you can see that there's some sort of a discussion going on in the middle of the camp, in the middle of the campgrounds, where the track is at.
All right, just give me a quick moment.
Sure. Looks like we lost Rachel temporarily.
Mhm.
Again. There you go. So conversation going on in the middle of the track.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it looks like it's the only other individuals that are here.
So he's just gonna walk up and as he's just doing that, address him from afar. Oi, what are you doing? I can see you talking. What's this all about?
Can you guys see me now? Hear me
Yes.
now?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that was weird.
Hey, Mike, hey, come up and talk to Evie here. She's trying to get a team together to help support the training grounds.
Ah, so that's what it's about then.
What?
Just-
You're very sharply dressed. Do you have any investor friends?
Best of friends, no. This is something I worked for myself.
Sorry, Colin, what's your character's name?
Yosef.
Yosef. Okay. Did he I missed a little bit. So did he did you walk up?
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
He had just
we were,
walked up.
We were just starting to introduce as you dropped off, unfortunately.
Okay. Okay. Oh, hey, Yosef, right?
Hey.
Hey, good timing. What's going on?
Well, nothing much. Aside from seeing the fact you three were talking, so I can see what it was all about.
Oh, well, funny enough, we're talking about maybe getting in some official fights. I'm interested in starting a team. For a few reasons, to support the ranch, to make a name, to represent and defend a legacy. And you guys are here training for that, so I figure I might as well ask you guys.
Would be better than having to watch drunks fight each other in a bar.
That's funny though. I've been one of those drunks fighting in the bar. I know. So you okay. So you own a bar? I didn't know that.
Hey,
Locally?
nah, came up here from Townsville.
Do I know how far that is from here? Do I even know what that name is? Like, oh yeah, I know where that is.
Hold on a second.
She just sort of nods circles like, yeah.
City,
Yeah, it's a city in Australia.
That's
Okay.
in Australia, population of 1,700.
Oh, that's a small town. Mm.
Hey, it's a bit smaller, but it gets the job done.
Yeah.
I just feel little tournaments there myself.
Hmm.
With a little pot.
For reference, it's way, way north of Sydney.
Ooh.
If
You
you
did
look,
come far.
if you look at the northern part of Australia, it's up there.
Well, I think that's saying something with as far man, you guys travel far to get here. Like
Near
that's
Cairn?
dedicated.
Yeah,
Is it near Cairn?
it's right at the base of the dog's ear if you're looking at Australia.
Okay. Well, I mean, first things first. I mean, unfortunately, when you are starting to trying to get a team together, you also need to look at getting a manager, booking fights, things like that. But I'm down if you guys are.
Sure.
Okay. I don't remember this part. What's your guys' fighting styles?
Well, I'm a native. I fight corrida.
Ooh, have I heard of that style before?
Mhm.
Sure. I'm
It's
sure I
not
have.
it's not very well known, but yeah, it's native to Australia.
Ooh, that's unique.
It's
well,
a form of wrestling, and in fact, it's something very similar. Oh, thank you for the follow. It's very similar to what Wallaby did.
Oh, okay. Ooh, okay. No wonder you came here. My dad was particularly fond of that one. And John, I'm sorry, what was your style?
Oh, I do MMA.
Oh, nice. I bet you hit hard. And Joseph?
Zvate.
Ooh. Okay. Wow, that's a great mix. And if you guys don't know, by now, I don't know if it's well known or not. Where is my fighting style? I think I'm Muay Thai. Sorry, I have a light that's up there.
You are, I remember.
Yeah,
Yes.
Muay Thai. Sorry. My light is so bright up there that I gotta like shed
he
down.
he unfortunately remembers from the sparring.
Yeah. Oh.
It was Muay
I-
Thai
I'm Muay
plum and then
Thai.
all over.
But yeah. So I'm gonna put some feelers out. And you said you know somebody in town. Possibly that could maybe get us in contact with someone that could possibly manage us or maybe get us some fights to start. It's not gonna happen overnight, but might as well start somewhere.
Yeah. Give me a few.
I could
I'm gonna
probably
get on the
yes.
phone, Jerry.
I
What's
could
that?
probably yes go down.
I'm
Okay.
gonna get on the phone.
Okay.
Um,
And who are you making calls to?
Well, I have contacts of 3. So I'm making contacts to people I know, trying to see if there's, basically what I'm thinking is if we can go back into Sydney and do some fights and then bring some potential managers, teachers, whatever to see us,
Hmm.
we could talk to them while they're there instead of making these people drive a couple hours out into the hills
Hmm.
on a chance.
So basically putting yourselves out there first. In essence, gambling on yourselves that you'll put on a good enough show to
Yeah.
say,
Does it
hey,
seem like my character would gamble on things?
Mhm.
yeah,
Yes.
probably.
But also it means I could call in as many people as I could find, potentially multiple managers, multiple senseis, and figure out which one works for us.
Okay, sure.
And instead of taking the one that's desperate enough to come out in
Yeah.
the middle of nowhere.
Quality versus quantity here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Within budget, of course.
Right. Okay. So then it's going to be a matter of finding a place where you guys can pull off a fight in town, which is not terribly difficult. It's actually more of the timing. Like, is there somebody that's you would assume would, and again, you're taking a chance because you're just throwing it out there like, hey, I'm looking to get a fight. Somebody want to scrap, sort of thing. So you're putting it out there. You're placing some calls. You end up finding out that there is a there's a restaurant / small arena. Think kind of medieval times like. Which they typically have like dinner theater that's there, but because fighting has had a resurgence, they have modified the inside of their restaurant to house some cage fighting,
That's cool.
which is actually pretty legit. A lot of times out here in the United States, you'll find that on Indian land, like at the casinos and whatnot. So there'll be like a bar, like not more than maybe 50 feet from where the cage fighting is taking place. And you may have like 20 people in the audience, but it's a fight. Yes, Brittany, not to be confused with cage dancing. That is, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking for private fights, not private dancers.
Yes.
Though I don't know. Some of those cage fighters can put on a show. Just saying.
Let's not look for cage fights.
Fatality.
Hold me closer, tiny dancer.
Exactly.
Hey, you can take a turn to boast. Just saying.
This is true. If you dizzy somebody, you sure can.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So but
hitting 'em.
that's what you've heard, Mike. So if you're looking for a fight to help kind of put the word out, you could probably go there and somebody could try for a fight. Try to get like on the card for open invites. The downside you don't know what you're going to get. You might end up getting a can that you can squash. You might get somebody who's just looking to whoop down on somebody because
Mhm.
they had a bad day, and you might get treated like a rag doll.
Well, you can throw my name in there, saying that I'm one of the ones that want to fight.
Yeah, I'll put it out there. We got
Name drop. Why not?
we got Wallaby Jones's daughter and 3 others who looking for fight partners. Whatever we can get. Hook us up.
Okay.
Whatever we can get.
So at this point, they put you in touch with. It's not a manager per se, but the person putting on the fights, the promoter. You end up getting an email back saying that they've only got room for one because somebody had to back out. If you're in, you're in, and they'll slot you in, and it's going to be on for tomorrow.
You good for tomorrow, Evie? Ready to fight?
Oh, so just me? No spots for you guys?
They got one spot right now.
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm down. Would like you guys to come with too.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be
Again,
there.
yeah. Yeah, I'm feel a little bad that I'm the only one fighting, but if you guys are fine with it, I'm happy to show off.
Well, I don't care. It's your father's camp, and I do a lot of action on the sides anyway. So this works for
Oh,
me.
okay.
Maybe we'll
I
get lucky and
mean,
something else will open up.
sure. Yeah, I'll do it. Why not?
So you have them slot in Evie for the
Yeah.
the fight. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm throwing some of my publicist skill into this too. I'm talking her up.
Okay. Why don't you give me charisma and publicist then?
How are we doing dice rolls?
You can do well for right now. You
I
can
can
just
physically do dice rolls.
yeah,
but-
just physically do dice rolls. But we have a dice bot in the Discord chat if you want to do it there.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Just gotta find Discord. That's all.
Starts with a D, I, S. Oh.
Wait, did that go? It's /R, right? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
2 successes.
Okay. So I mean, you're trained in it. So you're definitely able to talk her up some. And so the promoter you're talking to at this point, he went from like, I'm probably doing this guy a favor to, oh, okay. Maybe I can slide this somewhere higher on the card or something to salvage the fight.
All right, we'll do. And while I'm making phone calls, I'm going to see if any of my contacts can get a hold of like fighter or managers and trainers and get them to come out and watch and scout basically.
Sure.
Oh, is there a prize pool? I forgot to ask that.
For the
fight?
for the fight, yeah. It's a $50 buy-in. For the
Okay.
fight that you're at, and if you win, you walk away with 150.
Okay, yeah, a little bit. Okay.
And no, Australia doesn't operate off of dollars, but we're all American, so that's what we're gonna do.
Don't they? I thought they did. I thought Australian dollar was a thing.
Oh, do they have the Australian dollar? I don't know.
They call it dollars. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, one of those.
Call it dollar.
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 Okay. All right. Well, hey, thanks for booking that. That was really quick. You must know some people.
I sort of grew up in the scene.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, I know we're not going in as a team, but if we're gonna do this, we'll probably want to draw up a contract of some sort. It doesn't have to be right now, but if we get a manager, that's something we're gonna have to think about because they're gonna have to, they're gonna want their cut, and of course, we're gonna want our cut, and then so on. So wouldn't hurt to work out something like that.
Yep. But let's get a manager before we worry about that.
No, I know. Just me, I got enough paperwork on my plate right now. But all right, well, let me get training for this fight then, and we'll head into town then, and make it happen. One thing I am going to do at some point, Jerome, before tomorrow is I'm going to look through if there's anything like this in like storage or anything from her dad's sort of history, and see if there's any like old armbands or logos or something that has the ranch logo on it or something. I call it a ranch. I know it's the training grounds, but
Right. No, it's fine.
same difference
Yeah,
to me.
I totally get what you're talking about. No, they don't have one as of yet. So there was never anything developed. It's definitely something you'll want to do. Wallaby never saw it as a team initially. It was always just Wallaby. So, anytime they promoted it, it was usually his mug, and, with the grounds in the background somewhere.
Okay. All right. So something I'll have to think about then. Okay. Then I guess we won't have any sort of. Is there any one item of like her father's that she could potentially wear with her, like a wristband or
I mean, he still has all that.
headband?
He still has
Something
all
like
that stuff, but you could definitely wear something similar. Like he had a medicine pouch that he used to carry around with him a lot.
Okay. Yeah, so she'll take that with her then.
Okay.
Just as, again, more of a representation. So.
Yeah. No, that's fine.
Weirdly, as much as she rebelled against her father, now that he's gone, now she's like, okay, great. Now I got to represent him.
Sure.
Begrudgingly.
So is anybody planning on doing anything up until tomorrow night?
Nope.
Yosh just looks at Evie and asks, "Oi, Evie, you're trying to represent Wallaby, right?"
Yes, and all of us. My success, is your success, and vice versa. So
I could get us a Wallaby.
Not that kind of Wallaby, yeah. Never mind.
Why not?
We're talking about the person, not the animal.
I know exactly who he is. I'm just saying we could get ourselves a Wallaby. They're fairly tame. It's not like a Roo. Roos will kick your ass.
Anyways,
he's got a point. Just saying. But yeah, I'm gonna represent Wallaby on all of us. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Let me see if I can arrange something for
And
tomorrow.
let me also just say that you guys obviously are also representing him too. We're all in this together. If this is what we're up for a challenge. So yeah.
Hey, let me see if I can get some whipped up for tomorrow, like a banner or something.
Well,
I can see if anyone I know from the bars in town.
Well, the more exposure, the better. If you know people in other bars and stuff, you said you own a bar, so maybe you can let them know that there's going to be a fight going.
Hey,
more the merrier, right?
Mm-hmm. Though some of them may not be happy with me, since I had to throw a few drunks out, few through the window.
But they were drunk. Do they really remember?
Yeah. True. Though they probably might if they wound up with broken teeth.
Well, don't invite them.
Yeah, no, they're the ones that typically get banned.
And Colin, what were you planning on doing then?
I was gonna have him make a few calls, see if anyone is in town, and have him say they can whip up like a banner of sorts for promotional.
And what are you using to do that with?
I was going to see if I can use like contacts and resources for that.
So you have contacts on your for your backgrounds?
I have contacts and resources. Yes, 2
Okay.
in contacts and 3 in resources.
Okay.
So I would just roll.
Why don't you just give me a resource roll? So
Okay.
since you have 3d10, or since you have 3, it's 3d10.
Okay. Roll 3. Well, roll 3d10. 4 to 2.
Okay. So those are no successes. So it's going to tap you out for money. If you're going, because it's a rush order to get this done for tomorrow night, but they can do it. You just won't have your resources available to you for a bit.
All right.
Okay. So
Alright,
you
well-
Do I
you
need
are
to-
working on a banner specifically for Evie Jones, correct?
Aye.
Cool.
Okay.
Do I need to roll for the $50 entry fee? Resources.
What's your resources?
2.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not gonna. I'm not worried about that.
Okay. Do I know that he's making a banner?
He said he was going to make some calls.
Okay.
Maybe not know.
So I don't know what he's
specifically about the
doing. I
banner.
wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So
Darn.
with that being said, then we're going to move on to the next night. You guys have busied yourselves with some general training, food, whatever have you, while you're on the grounds. Everybody traveling in to the into Sydney. You assuming you're just all taking the same vehicle at this point. It's big enough. There's a there's a SUV that the property owns that has like the name, the Outback fighting grounds, fighting camp on the door itself. So when you drive into town, giving yourself plenty of time to accommodate for, or to account, I should say, for traffic. When you get to this restaurant, I mean, it really does look like a dive sports bar. In a sense, it does have a decent crowd. It must have like 50 or so people on the inside right now. There is, you can see as you guys come walking in, there is a cage set up. They've got the appropriate lighting set down. They've got people off to the side already boozing themselves up, drinking. The TVs have all been they're still on, but they're turned down so that the announcer can make the introductions for the fighters that are coming up. So because you got talked up, Rachel, you are actually third on the card at this point.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So you're not the main event, obviously, but you're third, so that's not bad. It shows some respect as far as kind of where you're at.
Cool.
Now, most of the people you guys see as you're setting down and kind of getting ready for the night. Oh, speaking of which, you now can tell that somebody has made a banner for you.
Oh. I just kind of look
so-
up. Oh, hey, that's cool.
So it's a kind of bare bones banner. It's it's like Evie Jones, daughter of Wallaby Jones, and then the URL for the website, for the
Yeah.
camp and whatnot.
Yeah, and I should really get a logo for that.
So, Jerry, I'm not wanting to identify with the team. I want to get in there and get separate and basically work as a bookie for the
Okay.
whole card.
Oh,
Just-
Lord.
And just so you guys know, she has an appearance of 4.
She's hot.
She's really good looking. And when she goes in, she has
She's
I'm
a
gonna get my
lookout.
ass kicked by Wallaby Jones.
she she's got hand wraps, and she also has foot wraps, and she's wearing basically more of like a sort of a white tank top and sort of athletic shorts and stuff, very basic. But she's sort of got the Wallaby colors, or the main color that he fought in, to sort of represent that. So
I know what you're thinking, and the answer is yes. I am available.
she'll walk in.
Okay. Well, what I was going to say now, leading up to the fight, or up to her fight, there are 3 other fights. All 3 of the challengers beforehand. All of these are like your average Joes. They're just random schlubs that decided, yeah, I want to fight. I want to do the pro fight thing. So they don't look like they're in fighting shape, fighting other people that look like they're probably not in the best fighting shape, or maybe they played football, or something. It's very much amateur hour, for the first couple of fights. When you get up there, 1 second, I'll go ahead and add him to the screen. Where did I put him? There he is. Okay, so doink.
There you are.
All right, and I will shrink that down just a touch so it's seeable. And put that right there. I'm still kind of working with the layout here, folks, so I appreciate your patience. So let me go ahead and...
So am I supposed to see something or?
Oh no, you guys probably can see something.
You're gonna have to look at the Twitch stream to see it.
But I'll drop it in the chat real quick.
Oh, that's cool.
What was that?
It has a cool fade screen, like.
There we go. So I put it in the chat so you can see what the guy looks like. So as you're getting up there, he does look like, he is a fighter, or at least wants to be, and is taking it seriously to some degree. As you are, as they're making, the announcement, the announcer's like, fighting out of Perth, Australia, Bernard Blue, and he kind of, does like a little pump, sort of thing, kind of getting ready and standing in his corner, and then, and now for a local favorite, you know her as the daughter of Wallaby Jones, and Evie, do you have fights listed on your character sheet already?
I do not, and I didn't see it. I thought I had it on my main sheet, but I didn't put it down. So probably not.
Yeah, just checking. Okay, so and in her professional debut, Evie Jones. And at this point, like the crowd that's there, because they kind of recognize, the quasi celebrity status, in their semi-drunken state. Woo! Yay! Woo!
She comes out, and when she gets into the ring, she sort of does a little bit of a spin and to get into a ready pose sort of deal.
And the announcer's like, and this fight brought to you by Gun Sin of the Trisectional Staff. This time, it's for real. and it's basically this white guy dressed like he's supposed to be Asian, with the conical coolie kind of hat sort of thing. He's got a trisectional staff.
Oh Lord.
Basically, if Uwe Boll directed fighting films, that would be this.
Yeah, the moment Yosef sees that, he just immediately reaches into his suit, pulls out his hip flask, and just starts drinking.
Okie doke. All right, so
Bets.
oh, and you are trying to place bets with other people then, Mike?
Well, I'm trying to take bets on both sides. I'm playing a bookie.
Okay.
So basically, I'll handle the bets, which will probably leave me some leftover. That's how I make my money.
Okay, 1 second.
Can I take like 1 minute to?
No.
Real quick. Yes, I need to. Hold on.
60 seconds and counting. 59, 58, 57.
That'll give me a chance to look. That'll give me a chance to look up the. There is a breakdown. There it is. I knew it was in there. Okay. Oof. Okay. Okay. I'll keep that pulled up then while we wait for Rachel to come back.
I'm looking under the bookies skill. They don't like you, but they know you. But they know you and will take your bets.
Yep. So since you're trying to do that first, let's start with charisma and bookie for you.
This
Put
will
them
be a
together,
nice
you
roll.
have cookie, charisma, and bookie.
I did it all for the bookie.
Oh, that's not right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Oh,
Oh,
nice. Okay.
I got 8 dice on that roll.
Nice job.
So probably because of her quasi celebrity status, you're getting people to put down some cash. They are wanting to place some bets. All right. So since you are now back, Rachel.
Yeah. I'm sorry in advance if you lose. If I lose.
I don't lose. I'm taking the bets. I keep whatever's left over.
No.
It is possible
sorry
for you
to
to lose
myself.
money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, well, I mean, betting wise. All right, so go ahead and choose your move and roll for speed.
Mm-hmm.
the bookie always wins.
Hmm.
It's like the house.
All right, I forgot how to roll in the Discord. Is it //
Slash
R,
R
okay.
space. And then
Right.
it'll show the command and then put
Like-
in your
Right.
1d10 in this case.
How many 1d10s you trying to roll?
Hmm.
But this was initiative.
Sorry, I'm trying to think.
Rolling initiative.
I just roll 1d. Oh, 11.
11. Okay.
Ooh.
You are going first. He
Cool.
looks like he's winding up for a fierce punch.
Oh, cool. I was doing my Nibasha
Okay.
with
So
the
gonna-
soak.
So going to grab him into the Tai Plume. Soak of 4.
Soak 4. 9. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Ouch. So he goes into punch and you kind of, well, you don't really deflect. You grab a hold of him before he has a chance and drive a knee right to his head. Just bam! He is loopy at this
He's
point.
dizzy.
He is dizzy.
Okay.
You've done 6 points of damage.
I'm gonna let him go,
Okay.
and I'm gonna showboat around a little bit and
Okay.
just sort of pump up the crowd and just the whole thing.
Pump up the volume. Showboat. Okay.
Yeah. And it's a knockdown, so
Oh, that's right. Oh, good Lord. Okay, yeah. So he's knocked down and dizzy. As she takes a moment to kind of do her thing and whatnot. So he's getting back up and moving into striking range once again.
Get jiggy. with it.
cool. Okay. Ooh, not that great this time. 8.
Well, I mean, you still knocked him down, but yeah, he still
Oh.
got the attack off first. So he's going for a roundhouse soak.
5.
But oof.
Wow.
Oh, okay, well, that's respectable. He got you for 4.
Okay.
So
okay.
so at that point He's clearly going for broke at this point after getting drilled so
1,
hard.
2, 3,
Spins right around, connects
4.
solidly with the roundhouse kick.
Cool.
And what would your move?
Tiger knee.
Oh,
This is the beginning of my combo, by the way.
All right, tiger knee.
Okay, and that is 11.
Soka 4. Mhm.
Roll 70, 10. 1. Wait. So none. Really?
No, 1. You had a 10. A
Oh
6,
wait,
and
that's a 10,
9.
not a 1. Sorry. So 1, 2,
One.
3 minus 2 1s, so 1.
So you leap up ferociously and nick him like in the shoulder with your knees. Tiger knee. I need to look it up. Does it do knockdown?
It is a knockdown.
Okay. That's what's so nasty about some of these maneuvers. Okay, so
Yeah.
you did more knockdown clearly than you did actual damage. More like you threw yourself into him as opposed to actually got the the move. So I mean, it was a little bit of damage, but you knocked him down yet again. So he's hitting the ground at this point and sprawling back up, trying to get back up to his feet to follow up again on you.
Okay. 1, 2, 10. 13.
Ooh.
And don't forget you
That
have
was
your-
the +2.
Okay, with your speed
for the
bonus
combo.
because of
Yep.
combo. Okay. You were going first. He's attempting to do a fist sweep.
Oh, a
Um,
hero reroll was redeemed in Twitch.
Yes. Rachel, you have a
Um,
reroll.
Oh, okay.
Make sure you notate that down somewhere.
Reroll.
Yep.
Notate it.
Thank you,
Yep,
Brittany.
Got it. Thanks. This is Knee Basher. It's part of my combo.
Yep. Again. So you grab a hold of him before he gets a chance to hit you with the fist sweep.
Oh, I botched.
Oh.
You botched for damage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
look.
I
How does that
can't
work for damage?
I can't
There's
pull up.
One.
I can't pull
There's
up.
only
Uh,
ones
okay.
in there.
1,
So I
2,
have there's 3 1s and 1 success. So
Okay.
I botched.
So yeah.
minus-
So you
Oh,
don't.
reroll. I'm gonna use it.
Okay,
now.
go ahead.
Boom.
Go ahead.
Better. Okay, that's 5.
Okay.
Wow.
So
yeah.
Thank you.
So
Your time it couldn't have been better.
yeah, so you luck out at that point, and as he was getting ready to literally take your legs out from under you, you grab him again and start driving your knees into the top of his head, and he just crumples in front of you, just boom, and he
I let him go as soon
out.
as he. And I give him a pat on the shoulder.
And
try.
winner, Evie Jones.
Yep. She'll boast a little bit, you know.
Some people, cheering. "Ah!" Okay, Mr. Bookie, roll your bookie and wits.
Your bits. Wits.
Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. One of them's a 10. Do I re-roll it?
No.
Okay. 4
Okay.
successes.
So 4 successes. So you managed to, once all said and done with all the money interchanging hands, you managed to make $500.
Nice.
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 Gotta find a place on my character sheet for that. All right.
Am I getting a cut of that for the banner?
I mean, he made his own bookings. I'm not sure if he's going to share that with us or not. So that would be nice, but I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah.
If he is fighting and representing the school. Yeah.
And so you end up seeing the other fights that are going on. They're obviously taking care of business, doing their thing. Once the fights have been concluded at this point, again, there's nobody else there that you recognize. Oh, pardon me. Oh, long day. What you do end up seeing, however, is the TVs in the area or in the bar switch over to a promotion so they can also run the ad that the announcer is promoting, and it's for the Firelight Tournament. And in addition to having, which is common, they actually have a rookie tournament that rookies can enter, which is what the Firelight Tournament was known for. But in addition, they're going to have singles matches that are lined up and currently slated for the Firelight Tournament main event, not the tournament itself, but the singles fights that are going to be taking place as well. The big name that they're bringing in is the Fight Night Delight, Delroy Rhodes.
Do we know who he's fighting, or is it just whoever wins?
They're going to announce who he's fighting. It's right now. It's TBA.
Okay, so I'm sorry. It's Fight Night. What is the name? The rest of it?
It's
Fight Night Delight Rose.
Delight.
It's Delroy Rhodes, the Fight Night Delight.
Okay. Right. Wait. Fight Night Delight.
Oh, can I get a style lore roll for Bernard?
Oh yeah, I'm curious too.
Perception style lore.
Yep, go right ahead if you like.
Sweet. Can I roll that too? I am curious.
Anybody would like to roll that? You are welcome to.
Nope. Well, I didn't botch, but I didn't win either.
I got 2 in perception and
perception and
2
style
in
lore.
style lore, so yeah, no.
Oops.
I mean, he threw one roundhouse kick that whole fight, so style undetermined.
Yeah, well, he tried throwing a punch, tried doing a fist sweep, successfully landed a roundhouse kick. So anybody succeed?
Oh, 2.
Okay. You're not terribly certain, but it looks like it could be mixed martial arts, like a generalized style.
Cool. Well, I will. After everything, I don't know if I have another fight that I'm doing or not.
No.
I don't think so, right?
No, it's just the one.
Cool. So I won $150.
Yep. You sure did.
So technically, I won $100 because of my $50 buy-in.
No. That's your takeaway is 150. Your buy-in.
Oh,
your buy-in is 50.
Okay.
That's what she's saying.
That's the
She
takeaway.
spent 50, but she's getting handed 150.
Oh well, if you want to look at it that way, sure.
Well, no. If you're telling me I have 150 as a profit, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, you would get 150 for a profit.
Okay. Mine, yeah.
If
I
you
see what you're saying.
lose, you're just if you lose, you'd only get 50 back.
I see. Okay, cool.
You're basically making a little bit because of the short notice fighter.
Gotcha. All right, cool. Well, after the fight, I'm gonna probably mingle a little bit, make my way back to Wataru and Yosef, because hell if I know where John went off to.
God's business. Mind your business.
I am minding my business.
Mind your business, y'all. Just mind your business. All right. Well, so John, after you kind of spread the word a little bit, to the fighter, you've got actually several names for managers that come back.
Cool. I want to start going around talking to him.
There's only 3 of them are there, but there are others that you've been given like their contact information.
Okay. Well, pocket that obviously.
Right.
And then go around, basically like you saw her knock that guy out. You interested? We're looking for a manager.
Yep. Well, basically all the names that you're being provided are interested. Not all of them are local, however. The three that are local that are actually there. One's name is Max Cameron. He doesn't really have a rep because he's new to the fight game, but he does indicate he's a skilled manager. Looks pretty casually dressed. Probably nibbling on some chicken fingers while the fights are taking place.
So does he look like a fighter?
No.
Okay.
The next one is Chase Murray.
Okay.
He actually does have a name. The rumor is that he used to manage Delroy Rhodes when he was up and coming.
Okay.
And then there is Sebastian Crow. He probably looks the most business-like, what you would expect. Wearing a shirt with a blazer, nice slacks. Looks the part of somebody in management. The other two were pretty casual dressed. Sebastian Crow, from what you have understand in just very brief conversation, is that he's a former studio TV exec. And he has actually gotten into the fight game as of recent. But he doesn't have any. He's never managed any big names. But clearly, as a former studio exec, he has some network connections.
Has the contacts, yeah.
Now, the other names that you've been provided at this point, Donald Himshoot.
Okay.
He does pop. He's a retired cut man turned manager. He's actually based in the United States, however.
All right.
The next one is Gabrielle Duren.
Okay.
She is she is known for constantly keeping her people in work. Basically for the grind, and she grinds a lot for her people.
Okay.
Then there is Rob Harter. So that's Harter.
Right.
He's actually known for being a voice actor. He was a big fan of fighting and like mixed martial arts and whatnot. And he eventually became a manager and agent himself.
All right.
Both of these two are also located in the United States. And then the last one that you picked up, which she is mobile, her name is Huna Kwan.
Okay.
She's actually fairly well known in the fight circles, or in the society, culture, whatever. And she is. They usually use the term connected when they reference her, but they never really define how connected she is or to what. But she is from South Korea. But like I said, she is mobile.
So the three that are based in the U.S., is that a situation where we're like, we would have to go to the U.S.?
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily.
Okay. But we'd have to offer them something to move to Australia for a bit.
There's that, or moved,
Or we
you
just-
moved to the United States, right?
Mm-hmm. Or we just travel to where they book us.
Yeah, I mean
Well,
that's
yeah,
that's the other thing about it, you know, being a manager. They're you know, booking you to appear someplace. They don't necessarily have to be there, although it is good if they do.
Hmm. But that's what Zoom is for, and that's what Google Team, all this stuff.
FaceTime with your people.
Yeah. Oh, that's quite a list.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised you like you had a page of potential managers.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, I'm not.
Well, it helped that you publicized it, you know, on short notice, and she had a little bit of a name to go with it.
Hmm.
All right, well, I mean, I guess as the night winds down, I'll catch up back up with everybody and tell
Okay.
them I've got a number of potential managers to talk to.
Oh, wow, that's great. I mean, I did see quite a lot of people. Bigger crowd than I normally would have expected. So you guys followed through. So
Yeah, as the
um,
night went on, it did get a little bit more packed. It eventually got up to about 100 people there.
wow, that's pretty big.
I told you I knew
Um,
people. I know what I'm doing out here.
yeah, I mean, so should we be expecting any of these guys showing up at the ranch tomorrow, or?
I don't know about tomorrow. I got a list. I got a whole bunch of numbers. I think we let's talk about it on the drive home and start calling people tomorrow.
Oh, I think that's fair. Yeah. So then, I guess we'll make our way home. Hey, I made $150 tonight. How do you guys make out?
I just watched the fight. I'm a bit down money since I had to
You
spend
lost the
a-
fight. What?
I said I'm a bit down money since I had to spend a good bit to get that banner out. Rushed order.
Oh, you made the banner.
Had it
Oh.
ordered. Had it ordered
Okay.
for the fight.
What?
Mm.
Okay. Well, you know what? I mean, I appreciate it, but it wasn't necessary per se. But I mean, I'm not gonna shut it down. How much? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, how much did that set you back?
Hell if I know.
Well, you spent the money on it.
Money is no object.
Yeah, for the banner,
Okay.
it probably cost you like 500, you know, in total for the
Jesus.
creation and the rush order.
All right. Well, no offense. I didn't ask you to create the banner or spend that money on it, but I appreciate it. I just cannot pay $500 for a banner right now.
Yeah,
gonna-
if anything, we can probably take it with us.
Well, I hope so.
That you can do.
I would
Yep.
reuse that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna not subtly, but I'm not trying to be sneaky. I'm just gonna tuck something in your pocket. Evie's pocket.
Oh, my pocket?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do I notice that?
So on your
Yeah.
way out,
Trying to
yeah,
sleight of hand it. you
I
notice
just
it.
kind of
I
look
just
down
walk
like,
up and
what is it? Is it a wad of
it's wad
cash?
It's not a wad. It's folded bills. It's
Oh.
250.
Oh, well, what's this? She kind of looks at you like, what's this for?
It's the camp's cut.
Oh. I didn't think I thought you were making your own sort of stuff going on, but hey, you know what? Why don't we use it for the team?
If you think I gave you all of it, you're mistaken. That's the camp's
No, I
cut.
don't want all of it. You did the work, so well, technically I did
You did
the other work, but that's okay. You know what? It is what it is. But hey, I
I talked to
appreciate it.
drunk
I
bastards
will.
into betting on you.
I'm a sure thing, I guess. So all right, well then
Perfect.
I'll just use it for the team because we need we're gonna need probably entry fees and stuff if we're gonna enter that Firelight tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I feel a bit behind. I wasn't able to pull anything for this. I just kind of watched.
Well, next
Same
time
here.
you
That's
fight.
okay. I mean, you were with us. That's what counts right now. So
I guess if somebody needs some medical help, I could always help doing some things that way. I mean, I do have some knowledge on medicine.
actually, a ring doctor is never a bad thing to have.
Well, yeah.
To be honest, if you're good at medicine and patching people up after fights, I mean, I'm sure you've been in plenty of them with being out where you were. But I mean, a ring doctor could also be extremely helpful.
No, I don't have it. I don't have my MD or anything like that. But
So?
I'm a little bit more advanced than just your basic first aid.
Exactly. So that's, you know what? That's totally fine. So, I mean, that could definitely be helpful when we go on these fights, especially with this tournament coming up. If you want to be a ring doctor for that, that's super tremendously helpful.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, I do have a dot advantage. Look at that. I didn't realize I took it. Sorry.
Great. No offense, didn't even think about the medical side of things when you think of just sort of being in the outback as a normal thing. It's been a while, but yeah, if that's where you shine, that's where you shine.
Yeah, I could do a little bit. I mean, it's not a lot, but better than nothing.
Yeah, that's true. It is a lot. Don't short sell yourself there. So, and it sounds like we've got some potential here to really do something. I mean, we did really good tonight. Made some money. We've got a team fund now, sort of going. I mean, things are looking up.
We should probably be taking a look at those managers at some point.
Yeah, why don't we worry about that tomorrow, though? You know what? I did take a hit or two from that guy, but I wouldn't mind a drink for a nightcap. So
Beer it is.
Yeah.
Beer. Just pulled out a bottle of something harder.
Like the Foster's commercials. Beer.
Foster's.
Guppy.
God, I remember those.
Yost just closes his hip flask and just gets ready to be prepared to be the designated driver.
Man, that's up to you. I wasn't driving anyway.
Yeah, well, however you guys want to decide that is totally fine.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is that this is actually a good stopping point here, and it'll give you guys a chance to figure out what you want to do from there, and who you might want to follow up with managerial wise. So to let anybody know who is watching, the next game for Street Fighter will be in 2 weeks, so that will be June the 1st.
That's the day before Comic-Con. Okay.
Yeah, day before Comic-Con.
Yep.
So fun stuff.
This is fun.
Yeah. And then to let you guys know, then of course Cyberpunk will be on May the 31st. So if you guys want to tune in to watch that. This Saturday at 11 a.m., we're going to be having our Vampire Masquerade.
Blood Ties.
Ashland by Night Blood Ties game. So we'll figure out what's going to go on from there and who did what for how many cookies. And then on the 26th will be the main Ashland by Night game at 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then on the 27th will be our Marvel Superheroes Modern Age Heroes game. And that starts at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So hope to see you guys there. And I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys had fun. And thank you very much, Shelly, for watching and tuning in.
Thanks for that reroll, Brittany.
Yep. We had a bunch of people tuned in to watch, so it was a lot of fun. And we will catch you guys next time. Good night, guys.
Hi.
And we end the stream. There we go.